today we're in a little bit different location, and today was just a weird day. It was my youngest son's birthday, and so because of that, we stayed up and watched a very, very, very long movie that is still not done. My other son is sitting over here. And so I am filming this super, super late, but we're gonna go through what I just ordered from Abecka, see what we purchased, and how we plan on using it for next year. Abecka did a one-time sale haul, which is honestly, I haven't seen a sale like it. So when they were offering to discount the price, I was all for it. So with that being said, let's get into the video. My name is Amanda from Learning to Love Well, and this is a channel all about homeschool from a biblical worldview. We talk about everything from the practical to homeschool to biblical encouragement, and I hope you tag along with us. Okay, so it is not a huge haul. Abecka is something that we use for grammar and we use for our readers, and we use it for our comprehension readers at the very end of the year, which is the reason why I put in this haul in general. So I'm just going to show you. So we got our comprehension readers. This one is actually the teacher's guide, the parent edition for grade 2, but this is, then there's 3 other floating around here, which I did not see at the moment, but there's 3 others floating around here right now that are not the parent edition, but are the actual comprehension readers that my kids will start using for test prep. We went through that about 2 videos back, and we're gonna use those to start getting ready for our end of grade testing. If you wanna know anything about that, the last 2 videos kind of fill you in for that. Sorry that my hair is sticking up. The other thing is we do use Abecka for grammar. It is a very good, thorough grammar program. You will learn everything, the difference between appositives, predicate nominatives, direct objects. Like, you will definitely learn your parts of speech and your grammar and be able to dissect a sentence very efficiently. I laugh because I have my child over there going, yep. It's very thorough. It's just not the funnest curriculum out there. But there are some curriculums that I use that are definitely more enjoyable. And then there are some curriculums that we just do it anyway. We do it anyway. So if that means that it's not the most fun curriculum, we're gonna power through it and do what we can so that our curriculums are done well. And yeah, so even though it's not the funnest, it definitely is effective. So in that set, we ordered, let me see. So these are the quizzes and test booklets that came in a set. Now I went ahead and ordered it in the whole set because with the sale, it was way cheaper for us to order it in the set. So we've got grammar and composition tests and quizzes, spelling and vocabulary quizzes, and themes and literature quizzes, which this actually correlates with the reader that my son is currently looking through to my side. This is the themes in literature. I will say this, Abecka's selection in literature for the students to read is wonderful. I love Abecka readers. If you have been on this channel for any amount of time, their readers are very good. The only ones I have found over time that I'm not crazy about is Aesop's Fables, because we actually found the origins of Aesop's Fables. And because of that, my kids do not read Aesop's Fables. If you have not figured out the origin of that, it would behoove you to probably go look up where that actually came from and then decide whether or not that is something that you would want your children to be reading. So one of the things that I really like about the Abecka readers, other than that set of Aesop's Fables, is they pick snippets of books from like Lewis May Alcott, Robert Frost, Emily Dickinson, Thomas Fleming, Booker T. Washington, Mark Twain. Like, they are very classic literature. And I can say that one of the things that I really appreciate is that it exposes them to a large amount of literature. And so because of that, this is themes and literature. And like I said, this goes with this test book. And this is technically their speed reader with their quiz and test book. Also in that set is the grammar and composition workbook. This is the student textbook, which if you are not familiar with Abecka's student test book, it's pretty thick. So their lessons aren't necessarily just one page. It's kind of laid out depending on how they want to like. Sometimes you can have exercise, let's see, like a page front and back. Sometimes their pages go longer than that. And it is a lot of diagramming. If your children do not know how to diagram, this is something that they probably won't find very enjoyable. But what I can say, it's very effective for learning the grammar. Yeah, sometimes I just give them less diagramming sentences so that they're not diagramming like 20 sentences. But with that being said, it is a very solid curriculum, which is the reason we stick with this curriculum, because like I said, it is a very solid curriculum. And again, this one comes with, or the set that I got also came with the quiz and test booklet as well as the grammar composition book. Also in that set is the spelling and vocabulary book. One of the things that I do like about Abecka spelling is they do expose them to a very wide vocabulary. So this would be, I believe, yes, so this would be 9th grade. And they have words like permeate, dissuade, dissimulate. So they are definitely working with a little bit more challenging words and definitely building on a vocabulary for your student. So yeah, so this was also a part of that set, which is vocabulary and spelling 3 and 3, which is the quiz booklet. Now, if you are new to purchasing any kind of Abecka, the student kit and the parent kit is separate. So for example, the kit that you just saw with the vocabulary, the books, the quiz booklets, the literature, and the grammar all came in one student set. However, I had to buy the teacher's guide for the grammar composition separately. So this does not come in the set. So if you want a teacher's guide, you either have to purchase it separately or you have to purchase a separate parent's guide. For me, I need it for the grammar too, not so much for the spelling. Now in the spelling and vocabulary, when they do your quiz booklets, it does have spell each dictated word and stuff like that. But really, it's nothing that I can't adequately grade without the teacher's guide for me. Now, you may not feel that way. I do, and I feel pretty confident in that. So the only teacher's guide that I purchased was the grammar 3 composition and of course the reading comprehension too. Let's see. Oh, the other 2 books that I purchased are Language B, because I have students who are finishing up Language A, and this is the old textbooks. I purchased the old textbooks because I already have the teacher's guide for this one. Now, you can do what some people do and buy new teacher's guides every year and new textbooks. For me, I don't care that this is not the renewed, more updated version because it's still very solid curriculum. And because I already have the teacher's guide, I'm saving myself a good chunk of money by just ordering the books and saving the teacher's guides. So that is what I did. And this is what I just purchased in Abecka. Like I said, there's 3 reading comprehension floating around here somewhere, but it's late at night and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna go digging for them. So I'm gonna pull out what I do have on hand that need to go back up in the homeschool closet until we need it and show you what we ordered from Abecka. If you are interested in the Abecka curriculum, they do have a very phenomenal grammar program. Like, it is very thorough. You will know collegiate grammar by the time you are done with it. However, like I said, if you have a child who does not like grammar already, this is going to seem like a very long course. I, however, in my homeschool have chosen to do some subjects that are more fun and some subjects that are not. And the reason is because I want them to have that solid core, and I also want them to have that stick-with-itness, I guess you could say, that grit that only really gets formed in opposition. And so because of that, I do purchase some curriculum that isn't exactly the most fun for my children, but it has to be very solid curriculum because I want them to have a really good basis in understanding and grammar and in math, which is why we use Horizons. So with that being said, this is what we use. I hope you found this helpful. And if you have any questions, of course, drop it in the comment below. Well, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am going to bed. God bless and have a great night.